Hi Gemini, welcome to your mid-January general love reading. This is your girl Mermaid Scales Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here. This is a general love reading for the Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, and or any other strong placement for the sign of Gemini. This is a general reading, so please keep that in mind to only take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't for someone else who needs to hear that message. Hi cross watchers, you're very welcome here if you're interested in a Gemini. Who wouldn't be? I like to remind Gemini and cross-watchers that energy is fluid, and this simply means you may feel like I'm describing a certain situation in the reading where you may feel the roles are flipped or reversed, and that's completely okay. You're more than welcome to use your own discretion to flip those roles if that resonates with your specific situation the best. Okay, Gemini, so first we have getting to know each other. And it says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So I do feel like this started off as crush energy, or maybe I feel like I'm seeing online messaging. So maybe it was like a dating app messages that you guys have been on your first date or first couple dates with them. And I feel you guys are starting to feel each other. But mid and January, you're revealing a lot more. Things that maybe you feel ready to let your guard down a bit to talk about your story, maybe about what you're looking for in love and romance. And I feel as you reveal that side of yourself, Gemini, that you kept so guarded, kept so protected, that inner side of yourself that is kind of flirtatious, goofy, funny, witty, is something that really turns them on. And I do feel the more you guys hang out, the more that bond is growing deeper and deeper, because then we have palm tree here. And it says stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. So this is someone who's looking to stay for a bit, Gemini, because they're interested in you. They're curious about how this is going to grow. They feel as if, you know, if there has been other options, if you guys, for example, met on a dating app and there were other people they were messaging, they kind of went ghost on them to kind of get to know you more because they see more value in this connection with you. They see more potential in this connection with you. And that's why they kind of want to build on this. But what they want to tell you that they haven't told you, I am so lonely without you. I don't know if this is an ex energy that's trying to butt into the reading, maybe because you moved on to this newer person that you're getting to know. This one kind of feels left out. That may just be confirmation for some of you, especially if you're feeling that ex energy around you. They keep on texting you, calling you, even if you do leave them on red. But for those of you where it's this person, especially with the palm tree, as it is kind of a singular tree, it's almost as if that this person, and I wonder if you're starting to kind of pick up on it, but they're a lot more sensitive than they may put themselves out to be. And I do feel that they do worry or stress, and maybe it's just kind of your MO, Gemini, where you're busy, you're distracted, or maybe you just kind of want to leave some room to breathe between the two of you. When you don't text back immediately, they start to get in a panic mode. They start to get nervous if they did something to mess it up, to blow it up, if they did something that annoyed you or pissed you off. And they start to go into that complex overthinking of, what did I do wrong? And I feel maybe if it's like you guys are kind of had a great weekend, but you kind of want to do something else this weekend just to kind of give space, they're a little bit worried about that. Maybe there is someone who's just a little bit more introverted that needs their alone time or needs some time where they spend with their romantic interests, but they need the other half to spend with their friends or their family members. So I think that's kind of like what you guys are getting used to. And maybe that person that you're dealing with is a little bit more attached, maybe a little bit more clingy. And I think some of you guys are starting to understand that or become aware of that and try to decide what to do with it, how to work with it. Because I do see potential here, but I think it's like as you guys get to know each other, you're seeing the best of each other and maybe the other flaws that are not so easy to get along with, but seeing the real side of each other. And I think that's what's kind of drawing you guys in. But let's go ahead and get to the tarot. And with the tarot, I'm going to ask, how do they feel about you right now? What do they think of you? What do they like about you? What do they not like about you? What do they like about the connection that they have with you currently? And what do they not like about it? And what are their highest hopes and deepest fears in regards to this connection with you, Gemini? What are they really hoping is going to happen and unfold between the two of you? And what are they afraid of? They find you to be really exciting, Gemini. They never know what side of you they're going to get. And they find that to be something that is playful, that is different. You're very different than the other people they've dated before. Maybe you're not their usual type per se, or maybe they're not yours. But there's something about this connection that is keeping you guys a little bit curious. There is someone who kind of, I want to be honest, I wonder if it's you or the other person, and take it if it resonates, and if it doesn't, leave it. But it's almost as if someone does certain things to see what the reaction will be of the other person, to see if it is more compatible. So if they do kind of have to bail out on a certain plan, I don't think they're doing it purposefully, but if they have to, are you going to overreact? Are you going to harass me about it? Are you going to give me space? I mean, yeah, clearly here, there's someone that needs their space. And I don't think it's like a permanent break, but I think it's like, if you accept me for when I can hang out with you and when I can't, that is what will make us go along. And I think you guys are trying to figure that out with this person here. So bottom of the deck, we have the Judgment card. This is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. You could be dealing with a fire sign. You could have strong fire in your chart. It does not have to be the case. Now, I kind of do wonder for some of you, if someone came back around Mercury retrograde, beginning of January, end of December, and you've been trying to make it work with this person. They really want it to work with you, but I think you are trying a new way with this person. If this is an on again, off again connection, you're trying new strategies because you don't want to be in the same trap that you were with this person before. That's just for some of you guys. But for others of you, yeah, something recently has made them kind of nervous. If they're afraid if you changed your mind, Gemini, they're afraid if they're losing your interest. And I feel as if they're trying to do what they can to get that same interest back, to make sure that you are still on the same page as far as wanting to still date them, that you're still interested in them, because for some reason I'm feeling that worry around that. And they have been looking for messages from you, some signs and signals from spirit. They have been kind of looking on your social media to see what else you've been doing if you haven't responded. They're trying to get a better understanding here. But I do feel their own spiritual team, their own spirit guides are trying to kind of guide them into letting things flow. What will be shall be. And if Gemini wants to hang out with you, Gemini will hit you up. And I think you have been. But again, this person has this tendency of, if it's not going exactly my way, or if they don't respond, then they must be mad at me. That type of energy that I think is clouding the whole situation here. Or maybe even, I'm just feeling this very randomly for someone, there are certain characteristics, whether it's physical or behavioral, that's reminding someone of their ex. And maybe that's kind of putting a shift in it. But let's go ahead and see. How they feel about you is the Knight of Pentacles, Virgo energy. So they do want to commit to this. Again, I think they find you as someone that has sparked their interest, that they haven't been as curious about in a very long time. They do want to start implementing more time and energy to be spent with you, Gemini. I do feel soon they're going to ask you out on a date that they want to take you out to and pay the bill of, like a dinner, a lunch, a brunch, whatever like that. I do feel that they want to show you how dedicated they are to this, that they're determined to continue at this dating game with you until you're theirs. This is someone who has good intentions. This is someone who will not make the moves if they didn't see that there could be a good, beneficial reward for the both of you out of this. This person's pretty picky too. They're very selective about who they date. They're picky about their food too. But since they've caught your eye, since they've noticed you and you guys have been messaging, they've been feeling pretty dedicated to this ever since. What they think of you is the Six of Swords, Aquarius energy. So a couple different messages for different groups of you. For some of you, there could be a driving distance that makes it a little bit difficult, where someone has to, drive half an hour, 45 minutes to get to where the other person lives, maybe has to take the highway for a bit. But that's something they're willing to do for you, Gemini, for sure. Maybe you guys spend more weekends together because of the distance and been staying the night at each other's houses for the weekends. But with this Six of Swords energy, there for others of you, this is where they may sense that you are distracted, or you may be losing interest and may be curious about pursuing something else. Again, whether that is the truth or that is just a fear. But they think you have been a little bit more distant, and that does worry them. With this Six of Swords, this is very specific for some of you out there, but they think about your last makeout session and they haven't stopped thinking about it. Maybe that's all as far as you guys have gone, is made out, kissed. They definitely think about how that could go further between the two of you. But for a lot of you, and most of you, the Six of Swords is a strategy of how to continue to pursue this. Because they do want to get to know you more. They do view you as someone that is on the top of their list, as someone that they want to pursue. And they're trying to think of certain strategies, certain ways to continue contact with you, to continue engagement with you. And they're trying to figure out how to do that. I do feel like they're telling people about you, telling people about how they met you, and they're trying to get advice from their family members and their friends. Maybe you guys met through a friend for some of you, or a family member. What they like the most about you is the Wheel of Fortune. Sagittarius energy. I also feel Pisces energy with this card for me as a reader personally. This is where you're a lot of fun. I mean, you're someone that likes to take a little bit of risks. You're someone that likes to have adventure with friends, with romantic partners. You like to be spontaneous. You don't like to do the same thing every weekend. You like to go to movies, concerts, events. You are definitely someone that likes to learn. So maybe you're someone that likes to take a lot of classes online, YouTube type of tutorials. You like to sign up for like book seminars, book clubs. You're always busy and you're always looking to evolve and expand, to go to the next level. You don't like to settle for less. And that's with every aspect of your life. You're adventurous in bed too, if you have had sexual relations with this person and they find that very excited. I feel like they've done things in bed with you that they haven't done with anyone else before. But with this Wheel of Fortune here, yeah, they feel like very lucky to have found you. And they feel like this can grow more and more with you. More than anyone else that they've recently met, for sure. What they don't like about you is the Four of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. They may find you to be closed off at times. And maybe that's when they wonder if they're like overdoing it, over sending messages, over trying to hit you up and call you. And they may find that you have a wall sometimes, Gemini. And that could just be a guard because you want to get to know them more before you get a little bit more vulnerable. Or maybe you're just, again, maybe things are moving very, very fast for you and you're still not sure. So you're kind of putting a little bit of a block so you can figure more out, which you have a right to do for sure. With this Four of Pentacles, I also feel that it's hard to get you to open up maybe about certain things. And maybe that's why this getting to know each other card is kind of popping up. Maybe there's certain things you haven't wanted to talk about with them or have wanted to reveal. They feel like you're holding your cards very close to your chest and it's hard to read you. They don't know what you're thinking, what you want from this. But with the Wheel of Fortune, I think that's what keeps them a little bit curious about you as well, Gemini. What they like the most about this connection is the Seven of Swords. Interesting card for this placement, Aquarius energy. With this Seven of Swords, I do feel like they like the chase, Gemini. I do feel as if you leave them guessing. You give them enough to kind of go off of and see what they'll do with it. And I'm not saying that you like to play games per se, but there's definitely certain strategies that you like to have that will show you more of them than what they're ready to reveal. So what I mean by that is that you ask specific questions in a specific way that would maybe answer for you certain things about compatibility, like political beliefs, about philosophies, about what they want in life, what their goals are. But you do it in a smart way, in a way that's not so upfront, where they may lie to you to give you the answer that maybe they're hoping you would hear and hoping you would accept them for. But with the Seven of Swords, I do feel as if they are willing to chase. They're willing to get to know you more, and they want to crack that shell that you kind of have. They're willing to play the game, I guess is kind of what it is. And again, I'm not trying to say it's manipulative. I'm not trying to say it's cruel, because I'm not feeling that. But it's definitely one where if you want me and you want all of me, then you got to accept all of me. And if it takes me time to open up, then that's how you're going to have to accept this is how it's going to be. Someone could wear contacts, but when you wear glasses, they think your glasses are really cute, and that you may even look cuter in your glasses than your contacts. Just throwing that out there for confirmation for someone. There's also someone that likes to go camping a lot, or maybe you have gone camping with this person before. What they don't like about this connection is the Empress. Taurus, Libra energy, divine feminine energy. So there could be a problem of emotional availability. There could be a problem with someone, you know, the Empress is sitting in almost every card that she's depicted in the tarot. So they wonder if this is something that you're willing to sit through, you're willing to work at, you're willing to manifest just as they are. It is a question in the back of their mind. There's a question of reliability. I wonder for some of you guys if this Empress is coming through, wondering if they're ever going to have it all with you, Gemini. Because they want to create now. They want to start making plans. They want to start manifesting and having this abundance and prosperity and love and romance with you. But they've been finding it hard to do that. They're wondering if you're looking for a commitment. They're wondering if you're looking for something serious. And they may be intimidated by your physical looks. They may find you to be very beautiful, very handsome. And they wonder if you're a little bit out of their league at times, and that worries them as well. But with this Empress too, just throwing this out there for a very few amount of you, but there could be someone that's wondering if they're pregnant right now, taking tests to see. So that could be something that someone hasn't revealed yet fully, but not for everyone. Maybe there's someone that doesn't want to have kids and they haven't been upfront about that in case that would change anything. But for most of you with this Empress card, and what they don't like about the connection is that not all of their intentions with you has manifested yet, has been seen in the 3D, and they're wondering if it ever will. Highest hopes is the Ace of Swords. Air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So if they're waiting on that text back right now, that call back that they're panicking about, nervous about, they're hoping you will reach back out to them again. talk to them again, reconnect with them again, whatever the situation is for you. Be back in communication. Others of you, they want clarity. They want to know if this is something that you feel too. They want to know if this is something that you're also interested in. They want the truth. And if it is something that you're interested in as well, then yeah, they'll stick through it. They'll wait. With the Knight of Pentacles, they're very patient. And they'll wait as long as they need to have you, Gemini. But I think they do want a better understanding of where you're coming from, because they may feel like they're getting a lot of mixed signals from you and are not sure what you want and if you want this. Deepest fears is the Page of Cups. This is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. There could be someone that's much younger in this connection age-wise, few years younger. Someone may be afraid if someone's a little bit emotionally immature. Again, where that codependency and security may come into play with the Page of Cups. But whether it's you, them, or even both of you, I do get a sense from this Page of Cups card that someone's afraid of being hurt. Someone's afraid of getting emotionally involved, expressing or over-expressing themselves, or even to say that I really like you, and that would not be reciprocated. That everything that they were sensing and feeling intuitively about the connection, that they may have even been daydreaming about, fantasizing about, is something that wouldn't happen. And they'd feel a little bit embarrassed by it. They'd feel a little bit foolish by it. And maybe even for someone out there who isn't sure what they want, and that's okay. I wonder if for the person who's still trying to figure it out and is still unsure if they want to pursue this, they're afraid of hurting the other person. If they were to tell them the truth of either, I need some more time to figure it out, or I'm not that interested. If that is the case for someone. But for most, I gotta say, it has to do with emotions here. Getting too emotionally involved, putting out there for your heart to be broken is what someone's fear is. But, with this card is as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. I do think that there's a lot more that someone has to say, has to show. And if they're ready to do it, I do feel it's going to bond something a lot more deeper. And that could just be very real with one another. It doesn't have to be telling each other your deepest, darkest secrets or your whole life biography. But it could just mean I'm still figuring out I like you. That should be enough for you to give me, for me to give you the heads up, I guess, and the thumbs up about this. But let's just see where this is going to go. But emotions are starting to get involved, Gemini, for sure. Something you may need to know as you continue to pursue this person from now until the end of January. All right, Gemini, to see the likely outcome of the situation, what are they going to do by the end of the month, if they do anything at all? We're going to go ahead and take this to Vimeo for the extended reading. I'm going to overturn this card here to show you their likely actions in the near future, the upcoming days, weeks. Will they say everything? Will they just leave this? Anything else you need to know? We're going to go ahead and take this extended reading. If you'd like to join me for the extended reading, open up the description box and you'll find the link to Vimeo, which will take you to the extended reading. But if this is where I depart, Gemini, I really hope that this reading has resonated with you. It's giving you clarity, insight, healing, guidance in regards to whatever's going on in your love life. And if it has, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I love you, Gemini, very much, and I'll see you next time. Take care, Gemini.